What's up guys, my name is Jragon and welcome to not Satisfactory 1.0, but the setup to Satisfactory 1.0. So right now it is currently September 6th and the 1.0 release does happen on the 10th, so it is a few days out, but I figured might as well get a world set up and ready to go so I can kind of miss all of the really early game stuff that's kind of boring anyways, and just get right into the good stuff almost exactly when 1.0 drops. But if you guys do end up enjoying this video and or want to see more of this game in the future, then do let me know down in the comments below. And if you are new here, do make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, as you're already coming back anyways, and it will help me out a ton. We're going to skip the onboarding process because I've already played this game way too much, and we're going to start in the rocky desert. The reason why I prefer this over the grass fields is just because of the water access, and the grass fields are huge. It says right here, building outposts and or large transportation lines may be necessary eventually, which is not what I want to do. So we're gonna start out in the rocky desert. I think I've started here before last time I played this on my channel, and I liked it a pretty decent amount, so we're gonna stick with that. All right, back on this lovely little planet. It feels nice to be back in here. So my goal for this world before 1.0 is to hopefully be able to send up the first space elevator phase, which is relatively easy. It just takes 50 of these smart platings. So I'm hoping to get that done before 1.0 comes out, and maybe even getting things like the Blade Runners and possibly steel production, although that is going to be a little bit more painful. So I'm gonna put down the hub real quick, just so we can get some things ready to go. And it looks like we are pretty much ready to do all of this. I don't think I can build the space elevator yet. Nope, that is fine. So we're gonna scan here for a little bit of iron. Now I do see that we do have some concrete over here. Is this a good node or is it pretty mid? Normal? I can actually work with normal. Now while I'm just getting things set up here, the reason why I didn't continue my last save on this game is just because of a few things. Mainly being just a little bit burnt out from just Satisfactory in general, because I'd have been playing it a decent amount beforehand, and wrapping my brain around how to actually take care of the logistics was a bit tiring at the time. But me and my friend recently got back into it because we both play Satisfactory, and we both want to get back into it for the 1.0 release. So that gave me the idea to actually start a world and get it set up beforehand, just so then I'd have a lot of the early game things already done. So those are both pure iron nodes, which is actually good for me. It means I can use that to start up a lot of really good iron production, although it does mean that this is probably one of the areas that gets changed for 1.0 release, because having two pure iron nodes right next to each other probably isn't what they want. So we're going to bring out a few smelters, and we're going to have the very, very basics of iron production. Namely, just iron plates and iron rods, because we will need plenty of that for the space elevator. So you're going to make plates. And you are going to make rods. And I don't think I have any... Oh, nope, I do have storage containers. All right, cool. Put one down right there, and we're gonna put one down right here. Although, is that too close? Yes, it is. So now, we can hook up this power pole onto here. That means everything should get up and running, which they are. These need to be set to iron ingots. This will make 30 iron ingots per minute, and that's exactly how many we need for 20 plates a minute. And this needs 15 for iron rods, so this will get backed up relatively quickly, but that's fine. So I'm going to get a little bit of biomass, which these should burn way slower, I imagine. Yep, 6.67 per minute, and we got plenty of biomass in there, so we have at least, I'd say, almost 10 minutes of power. It's a little less than 10 minutes. Oh, and we also have a drop pod over here. I forgot these things existed for a little bit. And we can actually pick up a lot of goods around here, especially for the early game. I'll take all of this. And now we can see this needs 30 megawatts of power, and I think, yep, we have exactly enough to make one of these. We connect that up, and we can just throw in one of these for a second. Turn this bad boy on, and we will collect ourselves our first hard drive. Now, I'm not going to actually use any of these before 1.0. Reason being is because they change how they work, and they changed how many of the recipes you can gather from the hard drives. So instead of 3 being shown at once, there is 2, but you can re-roll it. And I just feel like that is a better system. So I'd rather hold off on using hard drives until then, but I mean, it's not like we're going to need them for this early game stuff anyways. But that drop pod was actually very, very good. We got plenty of wire. We also picked up, I believe it was a few of these circuit boards, which we can use in the resource sink and get a few tickets maybe. So we got some stuff we can use, which is actually not, that's pretty nice. That's not bad at all. We're also going to pick up our first milestone, which is going to be logistics, because the earlier we can get splitters and mergers, the better it will be. Although we will need to get some more copper wire from that, which I think we should have some copper ore, I believe it was somewhere that way. We also got a pure copper node over here too, which is super, super nice. So we're going to set up a decent amount of production just for the wires themselves. And eventually we'll upgrade this whenever we actually unlock logistics. So the miner goes down, then a smelter, the constructor, and finally a storage container. So we just set this to copper, and this to wire. And now we'll have plenty of copper wire in no time. However, I'm going to pick up a little bit of this copper ore myself just so I can smelt it down by hand and make the wires by hand. So I can let this build up over time, and we'll get them later on for other things. So we're going to head back, we're going to get this logistics done, and we're not even that far in. How much time have we spent here? 20 minutes? Not bad. The rest of the iron rods go in, and all 300 of the wire, and we can send that off. Bam. Logistics already done. So now we can expand this a ton. Now there is another one of the milestones that I do want to get before we start building and expanding out all of these production lines. However, for that we are actually going to need quite a bit of concrete to do. So we're going to head over here, and we're going to make all the concrete that we need. So we're going to slap down a miner mark 1, and the good thing about concrete is this won't actually need any smelters. We're just going to immediately split this off, and we're going to send it into 2 different constructors. And that is going to shut down the power grid a little bit, but that is fine. I figured something like that was going to happen soon because we are only running off 2 of the burners. So we'll set up a few more of those, and we should be up and running really easily. Alright, so we have everything we need in order to do this, so we're going to send up everything. And there we go. Base building done. And we can select our next milestone, which I believe is going to be this obstacle clearing, just because we get this solid biofuel, which will be much, much more efficient. And we get a chainsaw to use it with, so that'll definitely be good. So we select that, although we will need a ton of screws, so we do have a little bit of work ahead of us. Alright, shove everything into here, and now we have obstacle clearing. So, we have to set up a equipment workshop, which we can just put down right here, that's fine. And to make a chainsaw, we are going to need a few reinforced iron plate, a few cable, and a lot more screws. Alright, there is our chainsaw ready to go. So we go, chainsaw's done. Solid biofuel is made, so we are going to head out just a little bit of a ways away and hopefully find a nice large clearing of trees to cut down, because we can't get coal power yet. It is quite a ways away, so we do have to rely on these burners for just a little while. Alright, we got plenty of wood, plenty of leaves. That should be good enough for right now, although I'm going to clear out a few of these dead trees real quick. So we're just going to set up a few things over here. Turn this on like that. And then you can just start making solid biofuel, and we'll just shove the rest of this into here. So now that we got that up and running, we can work up towards our next milestone, which is going to be this parts assembly. Should be pretty simple. Although we are missing a lot of screws and a lot of cables, so we will have to get all that up and running as well. So I'm going to set up a constructor right in front of this storage box. And we are going to have this start making me screws automatically because we are going to need a lot of them. And only after a handful of minutes, we can shove everything into here. And that is part assembly done, just like that. So now we have rotors that we can make. And we have the smart plating that we do have to craft as well. So we're going to pick up as many screws as we have in here, which is not too many, but that's alright. And we're going to pick up a bunch of these iron rods. And I'm going to go see if I can handcraft all the rotors I need. So we're going to need 1,250 screws in order to make up all of the rotors we are going to need. And at only 40 per minute per one of these constructors, that is going to take quite a long time. I think about 30 minutes total. So what we're going to do is I'm going to let these things produce how they need to. And I'm going to go run around for a little bit and also try and find some screws at all of the dropped pods that are around the area that I'm in. Just to save on hopefully a little bit of time, but also we might find some pretty decent resources we can use. So we'll see what's around here, and I will be back if I find anything interesting. Ooh, modular frames, those are actually really good. We also managed to find one of these blue power slugs. Completely for free too. There was not much other than these little guys, but these guys have been chasing me for a second. Bunch more modular frames, that's good. Circuit boards, computers, that's actually pretty nice. And a few more modular frames. That's actually a very big find. Modular frames are very annoying to get. Also crafted the rotors I'm going to need to actually open this itself, just because I don't want to have to come back up here again. So, pick that back up. And it's only 4 rotors, so it's not that bad at all. We can definitely do that. Alright, let's see. Can I make it down to the water? And is that deep enough for me to not die in? Oh, I make it easy. Okay, it's not deep at all, though. Oh, my leg. And the last pot I'm going to be grabbing is basically right ahead of us. And I think we can already open this one, if I'm remembering correctly. Actually, I have a map pulled up. Hold on, I'll check. Yeah, this one uses modular frames, actually. So we can open this one up real quick. Oh, there's some modular frames right here, too. Alright. This is just free. We should kill these guys. And we got a few computers, and yep, here we go. 432 screws. And 33 reinforced iron plate. Alright. 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 Not bad. Not bad in the slightest. Is there any other ones around me? There's one way up there, I guess. Yeah, I'm here anyways, so might as well go up to it. What does it need? Okay, it needs motors, which I don't have, and I'm not going to be able to make for a while. So we'll just head up there and grab all the resources that are around it, but I don't think we're going to be able to open this one at the moment. So after this last pod, we will drop down, run back to base, and hopefully have enough stuff to get all these space elevator requirements done and dusted. Let's see, what we got? Modular frames, more modular frames, bunch of screws, that's actually pretty good. We got tons more reinforced iron plates, a few computers, and yeah, this needs motors to open, so can't open up this one, unfortunately. But we got all the resources from up here. We got plenty of these modular frames, which is super nice, and we got a ton of reinforced iron plates to work with. So I am actually going to take that. That is not bad in the slightest. Alright, so we got back to base pretty quickly. And if this is not enough screws, then I have no idea what will be, because goddamn. So I'm going to handcraft all 50 of these rotors. I'm going to set up the assembler so we can make all of the smart plating for the space elevator. And we should be good to go from there. Alright, we got everything up for the space elevator, and I am just going to put this over the ocean because that's easier than trying to put it on land. Alright, we got everything for the space elevator, and I am just going to put it over this little lake because I'm not going to try and put it on land. And all I need to do is wait for the 50 smart plating. So, if we run back over here real quick. We are at 15 out of 50, so that's actually not bad. And of course, you always have to watch the cinematics. Sick. So we're gonna wait for the rest of these to craft, and I'll be back once they're all done. Alright, all 50 smart platings are finally done. Seal it on up. And there we go. First space elevator phase done and ready to go. Meaning now I am ready and set up where I wanted to be for whenever 1.0 does come out. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, do be sure to hit the subscribe button down below and let me know down in the comments if you want to see me continue playing this game, because I do like to play it and this is only the very, very beginning. But that'll be it from me, so I hope you guys enjoyed. The next time I'll be uploading this will probably be Wednesday the 11th, because that is the day after the update comes out, and I'll be able to upload that as well. So hopefully by then I can make some decent progress into 1.0. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you have a good rest of your day or night, depending on where you are, and I will talk to you all later.